Hello friends, and welcome back to Mrs. Carnes and Me. Today's adventure takes us deep into the heart of Paris, a day filled with history, beauty, and a few surprises. We'll explore the legendary Notre Dame Cathedral, witness the jaw-dropping stained glass wonder of Sainte Chapelle, wander along the Seine, and even grab a cozy break inside a tiny Paris cafe. And all of this unfolds on Ash Wednesday, giving the day an extra touch of meaning and reflection. From iconic landmarks to quiet moments, from ancient architecture to Olympic excitement, this video is packed with the magic that makes Paris unlike anywhere else. So come along with us, because this is one Paris day you won't forget. We're picking up right where our last Paris adventure left off. After exploring the Eiffel Tower from bottom to summit and taking about 1 million photos, we're heading toward our next iconic stop, Notre Dame. But first, we couldn't resist crossing the road for a quick peek at the Seine River.
Just standing here looking out over the Seine. But this thing keeps casting a shadow.
The water was sparkling, the breeze was perfect, and of course, we had to grab a few photos in front of the Olympic rings, because when in Paris, you document everything.
We're all waving to Mrs. Carnes and me.
There they are. From the Eiffel Tower's heights to the river's edge, this morning already feels unforgettable. And now, it's time to step into the heart of Parisian history as we make our way to the legendary Notre Dame Cathedral.
Hello friends, we have made our way from one classic Paris monument to another classic, I don't know if you call this a monument, a landmark perhaps. Behind me is the Cathedral of Notre Dame. And like many of you, we watched this thing catch on fire and burn 5 years ago. It was a sad day. Mrs. Carnes was very sad, very upset. She called me. And we didn't know if we'd ever be able to come here and see it or not, but through a lot of work and a lot of money and a lot of effort, they have restored this. And we were fortunate enough to get tickets today to go see it. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to take you along as a part of our trip to the Cathedral of Notre Dame. So Mrs. Carnes just told me that I said the Cathedral of Notre Dame. So you probably know that our 3 kids went to Notre Dame Regional High School, Cape Girardeau. We pronounce it Notre Dame. I think they pronounce it Notre Dame. It means Grand Lady in French, no matter how you pronounce it. So forgive me for not saying it the correct way. Welcome as we visit the Cathedral of Notre Dame.
As we cross the threshold of Notre Dame, something inside me stills. The air feels different here. Softer, heavier, holier. Light slips through the restored stained glass windows in gentle waves, brushing against the stones, as if tracing the memories held within these walls. It's impossible not to feel the sacredness of this place. Every arch, every sculpture, every flicker of candlelight feels like a miracle. The vaulted ceilings stretch so high above you, it's as if they're pulling your heart upward with them. The colors, the carvings, the quiet echoes under your feet, it all tells a story of resilience, of devotion, of something greater than any one moment in time. And it's impossible not to remember that almost 6 years ago, the world watched in silence as this cathedral burned, as flames devoured the roof and the spire collapsed against a darkening sky. I remember that feeling of heartbreak so clearly, and now, to stand here in this beautifully renewed space, it feels like witnessing a miracle. The windows shimmer like living stories. Deep blues that feel eternal, reds that glow like embers, golds that warm the very air. The light dances across the floor, across the pillars, across the faces of those who stand in awe. These windows survived the fire, and now they shine even brighter, symbols of resilience, of faith, of a beauty that refuses to disappear. But today, the cathedral is overflowing. It's Ash Wednesday, and thousands have gathered here, searching for meaning, for peace, and for a moment of connection. The crowds press forward, shoulder to shoulder, the murmurs rising like a quiet chorus. Even in the fullness of this space, there is reverence. And as we move slowly around the back of the choir loft, a small sign catches our eye, the Treasury. A simple doorway, and for €12, an invitation into another world.
So don't you think that any self-respecting banker should go into the Treasury?
Yes, of course. It's a lot less crowded.
Here we go.
And the moment we step inside, the noise disappears, the crowd melts away, and it's almost silent. It's very still and sacred. And here, under soft light, rest the treasures of centuries. Golden reliquaries that once held the most precious relics. Embroidered vestments worn by generations long gone. Jeweled crosses, ornate chalices, objects shaped by hands that believe deeply. Each piece whispers a story. Each one is a prayer made visible. After the intensity of the cathedral floor, the quiet space feels like a hidden breath, a moment of pause, of reflection, and of awe. Entrance to Notre Dame is free, but a time ticket is required, and those tickets vanish quickly. Tickets released 2 days in advance, and we reserved ours from the airport. Alarm set, ready the moment they opened. After seeing the lines today, I'm so grateful we did that. This visit, this moment, feels like standing inside a promise kept. Notre Dame has risen again, renewed and restored, and to walk through her today is to witness hope made real, shining in stone and glass, here in the heart of Paris.
So we're just sitting in here talking about how this grand old church is like a phoenix. It's risen from the ashes. They've done a wonderful job with it. Does it get a little emotional? Tell everybody what you just did. You just sent some pictures to one of your students who had asked for a picture from here.
And my kids, and my friends.
Love you.
I like to share things with other people.
I know you do.
Especially things that are very meaningful to me.
Well, thanks for sharing today with me.
You're the most special.
I love you.
I love you. Next up on our Paris adventure, Sainte Chapelle. It's just a short walk from Notre Dame, so we're heading over on foot, and honestly, I'm so excited for this one. From the outside, it looks pretty modest, but don't let that fool you. What's waiting inside is absolutely unbelievable.
So we're waiting in line to get into Sainte Chapelle, and there's just this big dome sticking up above where we're standing at. I have no idea what it is, but it is very impressive. This is what it's like to come walk around in Paris.
When you first walk in, the lower chapel is already gorgeous. Deep blues, gold details, and that patterned ceiling that feels like stepping into a hidden jewel box. But then you head up the narrow staircase, and that's where the real magic begins. The upper chapel is a total showstopper. The moment you step inside, you're surrounded, completely wrapped in towering walls of stained glass. 14 massive panels reaching high above you, bursting with color. Blues, reds, greens, bright golds, the whole room glows. When the sunlight hits just right, it's like the entire chapel is made out of light. Now, they're doing some cleaning while we're here, so you'll see a bit of scaffolding here and there, but honestly, it doesn't take away from the beauty at all. If anything, it's kind of amazing to watch this incredible place being lovingly cared for. And even with the restoration work, the windows are still breathtaking. Every panel tells a story, and there are thousands of tiny details everywhere you look. I could stay in here all day and never catch them all. And believe me, you will be looking up when you walk in. Everybody does. It's impossible not to. Even with other visitors around, there's this quiet, shared sense of awe. People whispering, taking photos, just soaking it all in. It feels peaceful, beautiful, and completely unique. Sainte Chapelle isn't just a stop on the itinerary, it's an experience. And if you love history, art, and architecture, or just jaw-dropping beauty, this place will blow you away.
Well, this was made as a place for the crown of thorns to come and stay. The whole chapel here was made like a jewel box to hold it. And in the time when it was made, stained glass was a new art form that they were using. So all of this stained glass is made from sand and colored with different elements.
Taken from irons and ores.
Yeah, to make the different colors and shades, then hand cut, hand soldered, all put together. It's done in a radiant style. It's the style.
Okay.
It's made. It's hand cut. It's hand soldered together.
And so what materials did they use to make the colors?
Different iron, different ores and different things from nature.
So it's all natural.
It's all natural.
I don't know if the cameras, these windows are like 80 feet tall. I don't think the camera's going to pick them up. The entire Bible is depicted in here, Mrs. Carnes says.
After leaving Sainte Chapelle, we noticed the oldest clock in Paris on the corner of the Concierge. It's easy to miss, but once you spot it, wow, it's beautiful. Almost 700 years old, decorated in gold, and still chiming right on the hour. It's one of those little hidden gems you stumble on in Paris that makes the city feel even more magical. After all the beauty of Sainte Chapelle, it's time for another kind of Paris experience, the food. I had my little list of must-try French treats, and me did what he does best, whipped out Google to find us something nearby. The first place he found, perfect on paper, absolutely not perfect in person, closed. Welcome to Paris, where the pastries are delicious and the opening hours are a mystery. We headed to Plan B, Les Marronniers. This is a cute little cafe with great people watching and cozy outdoor seating. And honestly, after all the walking we'd done, it felt like the perfect place to regroup. I even treated myself to my second glass of champagne in Paris. Ooh la la. But as lovely as it was, they didn't have anything from my must-eat list. No eclairs, no pastries, no crêpes. So after a little rest and maybe one more sip, we pressed on.
Cheers.
Our next stop brought us to the French Bastard, a modern bakery known for gourmet pastries crafted with serious skill and a little attitude. The displays are like edible art, and yes, we finally found them, Eclairs. Beautiful, glossy, perfectly piped eclairs just waiting for us. A definite win.
So Mrs. Carnes had a list of food that she wanted to try. So we stopped into a patisserie called the French Bastards. Picked us up a couple of eclairs. I think we may eat those on the train on the way back to Brussels tonight. But check eclairs. We're off to see about crepes.
Like it's two little Quincy dogs. They are so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. A little one and a big one. Oh my gosh. So
What's more French than a crepe, right? So the hunt continued, and our final stop was El Alchemist, a warm and lively cafe with a full menu of French classics. And there it was, the elusive crepe we'd been searching for all day. Freshly made, buttery, warm, and absolutely worth the mission.
It's a make your own crepe. I think they just made these up, so they look fresh. Ooh, they're warm. They look good, so here we go. Anything to say?
I'm going to let you fix it because you're the chief cook of Bottle.
You want anything to say?
Ooh la la.
Permanently.
Blame Google, don't blame me. Not my fault.
I could be to these places that are closed forever.
Nothing, go ahead.
What are you gonna do? Take care of yourself? Alright, there's mine. I'll film you making your own.
I don't, just go ahead and do it, please.
Huh?
Just go ahead and do it. Just put the rest of
Do
it
what?
on.
I don't really know how to do these. You just fold it over and eat it like this?
And then roll it up, I think.
You roll it up?
Yeah, you don't
Did you roll it up, do you?
I would.
Just because you would doesn't mean that's the right way to eat a crepe. I have no idea. Of course, nobody at this time of the day is having a crepe.
No, these crazy Americans are ordering crepes and cappuccino. I tried to get Mrs. Carnes not to do it, but, you know.
You're so full of yourself. Okay, so if I was doing this, I'm going to check later to see if this is right. I would put some here.
Okay.
And I'd fold it this way. And that way. I have no idea if I'm doing this correctly or not.
Probably enough chocolate, don't you think?
Yes. I'm going to use the little potful. Trying to divvy it up nicely between both of us. Either this is going to be a complete idiot, you don't know how to eat a crepe, which probably is right. Or they're going to say, wow, Mrs. Carnes, your instincts are wonderful. I don't know which one it's going to be. I hope that I did it right. But I can't speak to that. I'll have to Google it later to see if I did. So that's what I would do.
Leave us a comment below and let us know if we did that right or not.
I'm sure I didn't.
Check back, we'll tell you how it tastes.
Perfect. Mine's really good. Very chocolatey.
Actually, you ate mine, I think.
Very chocolatey.
All right. Tastes like a pancake?
I would like a little chantilly with mine. That would be better. But this is good.
By the end, we had eclairs in our hands, crepes on our plates, and a whole new appreciation for how much fun and unpredictable eating your way through Paris can be.
Bikes coming. There's a lot of them. Bike after bike after bike after bike. Yep, run. You want to go. All of these bikes. So many bikes. So many bikes.
The sun is sinking over the Seine, the sky glowing softly as the Eiffel Tower begins to sparkle in the distance. And in this moment, Paris feels absolutely timeless. It's the kind of sunset that makes you stop, breathe, and realize just how special a day has been. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful Paris adventure with us. Truly having you here means the world. We hope you'll join us again next week as we continue exploring, discovering, and soaking in the beauty of this big, wonderful world. Tonight, standing here along the river, we're reminded just how lucky we are to be living the good life. From our hearts to yours, we hope you're living it too. Santé!